How you doing? I just wanted to run a few things by you, please, okay? Because me, I'm what you would call a nationalist of my country, okay? I like to watch things and I like to run things by people, probably the younger generation, my own people, things that I notice, like paedophilia in our country right now, unvetted paedophiles and rapists dumped in our country, because I've been doing a lot of research. I watch everything and make sure all my people know. Why? Because our beautiful country is in ruins right now and we all need to stick together. About, I'd say 5 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago probably, I went down to County Wicklow to have a look at a hotel down there and seen an awful lot of vile things, like, there was, young girls in the area who were supposed to be getting rented out to these people in those hotels, pedophiles and rapists from Somalia and Georgia. Okay? Now, I've done my homework and some of the girls admitted to me what they were doing. So that's that. Right? Now, that's pedophilia in our country right now. Another thing what happened down there was someone stole my dog while I was down there. It was a 3.5-month-old American bully pup, a pocket bully. It's a tricolour, like a chocolate colour and cream. I still haven't got it back yet, but I know who robbed it. It was a crack cocaine and heroin dealer living in the area, the genocide powder, okay? So, when I done my homework, someone showed me where his house was and his crew and told me everything about them. There was like about probably 5 of them together, walking in Wicklow town, up as far as Arklow, waiting to check this out. So I spoke to some of the young girls and guys in the area and they brought me up and showed me where his house was. But when I got to the house, every one of the windows was smashed out of his house. A rat was wrote all over his door, okay? And when I called to the house, some little fella was screaming out the door saying, he's not here, he's gone out with his son. So 2 of my friends from Dublin were standing beside me and the young fella wouldn't open the door. So I walked out of the garden and thought, something's not right here. So a few of the other young lads in the area were speaking to me there, and he says, there's trouble going on with him around here, he says, that fella there's a pedophile. I said, what do you mean? I says, he gives crack cocaine and alcohol and heroin to the kids in Wicklow town, and then when they can't afford to pay it, they have to have sex with him. He says, there's trouble with one of the young girls off the road. He says, and when trouble started, he said, he hit another woman off the road. He said, a lovely lady, a few digs in the head, he said, and he got abuse over it. So, basically, this is what happens. So when I asked about his crew, it turns out that his son and 2 other people around him was in the same boat as him, constantly giving information to the guards to be let sell crack cocaine and heroin around Wicklow town. Another gang of pedophiles around the very, very decent people of Wicklow. Wicklow people are very decent people. So I was really, I'd say, shocked to hear all this. So I spoke to some of the kids in the area and they named off the gang. This is one of them was called Black Sacks. He says, and they told me 4 names of children in the area who he molested already. And he lives just up the top of the hill there in Wicklow town. Black Sacks he's called. Some fella Nugent. Do you understand? So apart from that, there's another one of them that lives in Arklow. Another little crack dealer that seems to get away with murder, who I suspected had my pup. But I got in touch with him. He started telling me that he wasn't around them anymore. He moved to Arklow because when he was drunk, this Black Sacks fella raped him. Talk about karma. This fella's name is Tommy Dunn and he lives in Arklow. Then on top of that, this gang leader, whose house was smashed up, his name is Amo Doyle, turns out to be 52 years of age, older than me, and he's having sex with 16-year-old girls in the area. Do you understand? And his son, Robbie Reynolds, when I called to his house, must have been waiting on me with one of my friends. He had the guards sitting outside his door in a huge Hyundai white Jeep. I'd been watching that Jeep all morning for some reason, but I didn't realise things were that bad. The bloke is a guard informant. His father, This Black Sacks fella and that fella down in Arklow, and they're able to sell crack cocaine and heroin to children down there, knowing that they're using them and interfering with them for sex. Do you understand? So really, when it boils down to it, I wrote the Minister of Justice a letter a while ago about the state of the place for heroin and crack cocaine, saying that the main ingredient for crack cocaine was ammonia, and asked him to ban it for muddies and DIY. He didn't want to know. Paedophilia. That's a gang of paedophiles. When me and my friends got to their houses, the guards were waiting on me and told me, "Luke Scott, would you not go back and live in Dublin?" This is what they said to me. They says, "We'll talk to him ourselves." They says, "We know him well. We know a crack cocaine and heroin dealer well." You see what you're up against. The current government doesn't care about you and they don't want to know. There's a lovely respectable people all over Wicklow, and look what they have to put up with. A hotel with up to 300 pedophiles and rapists dumped out of African prisons in our country. And then you have a load of crack cocaine heroin pushers let do what they like because they're informants. So if you're up in Dublin and anybody from Wicklow town gets in touch with you, if you're only part of a little crew made for you, Bob, remember the names I said, because they're guided informants. Let do what they like, even though involved in interfering with children. Do you understand? Look how bad our country is. Wake up, everybody. The government needs to change, please, okay? I'm telling you all this stuff months, okay? Pedophilia, crack cocaine and heroin around Irish children, and nothing even gets done about it. Imagine what the place will be like in 10 years' time. I hope everybody has a good day. Thanks very much, and please do me a favour and share. One person that I think would be the new Michael Collins, through my eyes, I've been watching the man for a long, long time, would be Ben Gilroy. Ben has a new party on the way out. Please add him on Twitter. Please follow him, okay?